Okay, in this video, I am going to discuss why mobile tower defense games suck. I'm not talking about like Plants vs. Zombies or Save the World type games. I'm talking about basically just upgrading buildings tower defense games. Ones you see ads for that aren't really the game. So here's my reasons why they suck. Every single one is a shameless cash grab. I mean, every feature of the game essentially wants you to spend money to enhance it. For instance, if you were upgrading a building, it'll tell you, oh, 10 hours. But guess what you can do? You can instantly do it for 200 gems, which is the main currency of most of these games. Gems cost money. It's basically like the life support of the game is being able to speed things up and afford certain materials. Usually each one has like a certain building material and then a food material. They can all be bought with gems. The gameplay is literally just waiting for buildings. They show it like it's a epic fighting game where you fight. But in reality, you're just upgrading buildings so they have a bigger number next to them. You get it from level 10 to level 11, level 6 to level 7. Here is an example of what I mean. If you look at the footage of this so-called epic adventure game, it's really just waiting for your buildings to upgrade. This game, I think, is called Puzzles and Survival, and you'll see the exhilarating footage of me fighting monsters. Or it'll just be this. Okay, so firstly, here's the ad for the game called Puzzles and Survival, so yeah, I hope you're not expecting what you're about to see. So we got 3D game models. That looks to be promised. 3D movement. Choices. A character that looks like that. Shooting weapons. It definitely says it's a match 3 game, so, I mean, there's the ad for it. Now let's check out what the footage of the game actually is. One shot, one kill. So, as you can see, this is the exhilarating gameplay. First thing that pops up when you load up the game is a $5 pack trying to sell you something. Nothing to be surprised about with these types of games. So, as you can see, basically the game is you have buildings, and the premise is you want the numbers next to the buildings to be higher so you feel more powerful than other players. So if I want to make my number higher, what do? I gotta upgrade other buildings, so more layers to that. Ooh, so upgrade this. Gotta wait an hour and 35 minutes. Well, this is a fun game. You can look at how powerful you feel. If you're looking for the only gameplay aspect, it's basically just its own little, combat system, if you want to call it that. But if you look at the quote-unquote combat system, it's literally just a match 3 game. So yeah, the match 3 part 2 is baiting you to spend more money by, you can't beat this level unless you have a certain power, but buying your heroes, yada yada. Yeah, 20 bucks so you can beat match 3 games. So that's the gameplay. So as you've just seen in the footage, that's literally almost every one of these tower defense games. I wouldn't even say almost, I'm pretty sure it's every one. Next reason, every one of these games are copy and pastes of an already existing game. I mean, download the one I just said, I think it's called Puzzles and Survival, and then download State of Survival. Play the game for 5 minutes and then tell me they're different. I don't think you'll be able to. For instance, what was I saying? State of Survival. Yeah. exactly like Puzzle and Survival, which is also like Clash of Clans. Completely different games, but they're not because they're just copy and paste of each other with different looking UI. All owned by the same company, 37 games. I guess if you see an ad for that, by that company, just don't download the app, because that's what it's going to be. So, speaking of ads, in their ads, they avoid telling you what the game is actually about. I mean, yeah, they say, "Oh, here's an epic fighting zombie game," but in reality, you just saw a match 3 game, but hidden behind a paywall with upgrading buildings for 3 hours at a time. Yeah, it promises monster killing, when in reality, it's literally just waiting. That's the game you're wasting space on your phone for. They brainwash people with their addictive nature. So what I'm about to show you is a offer on a app that basically is promising real money for downloading other apps, and the offer is for one of these tower defense games. So someone on Reddit was asking, is it possible to get to level 30 in 60 days for this app that's promising me money? And this is what the Reddit post looks like. As you can see in this Reddit post, one user asks if it's possible to get to level 30 in one of these tower defense games in 60 days for some offer on a money-making app. The first thing one of the comments says is, delete the game if you're new. I'm basically addicted to this game and it ruined my life because I've spent so much money, yada yada. You get the idea. So yeah, people are so caught up in pretending like they're powerful that they forget that it's all pretend. They're just wasting money. So yeah, as I just said, the game wants you to feel like you're the most powerful player by basically spending thousands of dollars like some people have. And guess what? Even if you feel like the most powerful player in the game, like you could take on anyone or you're in some clan or something, you're still only the most powerful in that game. There's thousands of games exactly like it by the same exact company, so you're not special. Also, you feel like you're the most powerful player when in reality, you're just some guy sitting on his phone, I don't know, doing whatever on some games, wasting all their money. It's brainwashing people with the addictive nature. I mean, people want to think that, like, oh, I'm a powerful... It tells you, yeah, it tells you build your own empire, but in reality, you're building your own virtual empire like it's some sort of movie cinematic that you have to unlock for thousands of dollars. It's just not worth it. That's basically it. I mean, that's just why you shouldn't install any tower defense game, empire builder game. They're all the same. I mean, yeah, unless you want to spend hundreds of dollars on gems, I don't see why you would do this. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching, and if for some reason you feel like you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing or liking, but only if you feel like you enjoyed it. Yeah, sorry if that sounds cringy.